Good morning, everyone. It's Alisa Tilsner, and I am here for another Thursday morning craft session with you all. I didn't have an event set up on Facebook because StreamYard and Facebook aren't talking to each other very nicely, but I have hopefully managed to put Facebook in at the last time. It says it's got a tick next to Facebook, so I'm hoping that everyone from Facebook can see me, and I know that my scheduler worked for YouTube, so that is good. So welcome to everybody. My name is Alisa Tilsner and I am a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. Today we are playing with bits and pieces from the Joy of Christmas suite, which is a big one. So we're doing the Joy of Noel and Christmas classics, and I'm actually playing with some scraps on my desk today. So hello. So as you come in, I've got a little banner up as you come in because I couldn't decide this morning. I've pulled out some colors, Petal Pink and Calypso Coral. I'll show you what they look like. Petal Pink and Calypso Coral, or, whoops, wrong one, Calypso Coral and Flirty Flamingo. I'm putting it with Shaded Spruce. So let me know in the comments which one. I should put that in the middle, shouldn't I? There we go. Calypso Coral, Flirty Flamingo. I don't know which one to use. It's going to go with Shaded Spruce. So we shall see. Let me know. Let's swing around and get started. I'll show you the scraps that I have on my desk, how I made, well, they're scraps. They're not scraps. They're bits that didn't get used in card creations. So I thought I'd better use them up because I will not use them. Otherwise, they will go in the bin. So let's swing around. Hello, Holly. How are you? So normally they, I'll just end up chucking them in the bin, but I've got my little leftovers. I probably will do a little bit more with the holly, but after my card creations for the last 2 days for club cards, I had these left over that didn't get used. So I'm going to show you how I did this because it's quite a cool, funky look. And yeah, so I thought I'd better use them. So let me know as you're coming in. Let me know because no one's, I suppose everyone's still catching up. It's still a few minutes. But do I go Petal Pink, Calypso Coral, or Petal Pink and Flirty Flamingo with the green? So let me know. Hello, Beverly. Welcome. So let me know. That's what I'm going to use. Now, I'm going to show you, first of all, I'm just going to mention a couple of things straight away. Not that one, this one. Where we go. So now that's going to cover that. Hide you. Okay, so my blog address is alisatilsner.com. I do not give any of the measurements or anything like that as we create today. But if you would like the measurements that are being sent out in my newsletter tomorrow, head on over to alisatilsner.com and sign up for my newsletter. You'll see the address there, and you'll see the big subscribe button. And I will send this card that we're making today out as a written tutorial in my Friday newsletter. So if you want to jump on board for that. Okay, Petal Flamingo. Oh, okay. We've got two flamingo, one for Calypso Coral. Renee says the last two, but I don't know what I said now. So switch around. Hang on, I'll put my other banner back. So then I can know. Flamingo. Petal Pink and Flamingo. So we want to go for a pinky tone, a real pinky tone, because that's sort of like an orangey tone, and then we've got a real pinky tone. Mind you, I don't really know what I'm doing. So, but let me show you how I did that little bit of watercoloring effect anyway. So I've got my Shaded Spruce and just working on, another flamingo. Oh, you guys, I really thought it was going to be a Calypso Coral one. Ooh, okay. So to do this little bit of watercoloring, and it's just to give a bit of an effect. and it actually turned out really pretty. And it doesn't matter how much of a mess you've got on your white card, because when you die cut the pieces, it looks pretty cool. Okay, so just working on, I think this might be thick, I'm not 100% sure, it doesn't matter, it's just a scrap of white. And I've got some water in my brush, and then I just make a puddle, and then all I do is come on and just pounce. So my brush is getting really quite flat, and I just pounce the color on, nothing fancy. So do you know, a big enough area that you can die cut a few pieces. All right, see, look, it's nice and neat, it's not even messy. So you could leave it just like that, let it dry. Or what you could do is, I'm going to, and this is actually what I did do, I squeezed my ink pad. If you can't squeeze your ink pad, just pop a drop of re-inker in there, and that's given me a nice bit more concentrated ink there. And then I'll come in again, but I won't add so much water. So that bit there looks a lot darker than this bit over here. And then I just repounced, but in a bit more of a sparser, like, so don't keep it close together, keep them pretty well far apart. It is probably the least messy watercolor backgroundy thing. And then of course, because it is a little bit damp, you won't want to use it straight away. So you can either let it dry itself, or this one is actually, because it's not on a whole heap of things. Yep, Petal Pink is definitely going to be in there, but do I want to team it up with Calypso Coral or Floaty Flamingo? So you can dry this, and it dries super, super quick. And then you can die cut out your images straight away. Dry it from the front, dry it from the back. And you can see it's sort of starting to like merge in together in a few places. I like the harsh outlines. You know, this is where you do want those harsh outlines on the edge. And then what I did is I die cut them. I think it was from the Joy of Noel ones. Yep, this one here. So I die cut them, and then I ended up with these. And of course, every one is going to look different. Okay, it's definitely going to be Floaty Flamingo. And then each of them look different because they've got all different textures in different spots, and they just sort of make a really good, like a background filler. So that's how I did that. Now, if you're wondering why I've already got pieces, it's because I'm using bits that I did not use in my card creations over the last couple of days. Hello, Lois. Okay, it's definitely flamingo. Wow, that's actually surprised me. Normally I would go, for the Calypso Coral, but I thought, no, I'm going to put it up to you guys. All right, put Calypso Coral on the floor. Right, okay. I've also got my Noel that I white embossed, so it actually comes as a square, and I have white embossed it on Shaded Spruce. Now, the reason why that one is left over is because I was actually working on Old Olive, and I was like, I can't decide whether I want green or red background. So I did both, and then I put my green on there, and then I realized that, I'd done it in Shaded Spruce instead of Old Olive, and I was lazy and could not be bothered to redo it. So, that's the truth. Okay, and then I've got one holly, but I do want some extras. That one was just left over, so I will show you that, and I need my memento. So this is really quick coloring. I sort of don't go, it's a small image. We do want a reasonably fast card, so I don't go in depth with all the fancy coloring for this. It's just straight out with my blends, and this is super quick. If you're on, I'm going to get rid of that banner now. I think we've got a decision, so let me get rid of that and come back to here. So I can't remember what I was going to say. Doesn't matter. All right, so we just add a little bit, and you know, I don't even go fancy with this. I just add a little bit of dark down the bottom. Not all colouring needs to have half an hour spent on it. You can do quick colouring as well. Hello, Janet. I know this suite is gorgeous. I've done a couple of other cards with it. I posted one yesterday that was also done with pinks. And of course I'm doing, this is going to be, actually I'll show you that in just a second. So nothing fancy about this colouring. In fact, I may have even gone outside the lines. I'm not even blending properly, as you can tell. So just fading it out. There we go. Look, quick and easy. Quick and easy. Right, get that behind. So that is how they have turned out. So I will die cut them now. Okay, so I did, now I'm not going to run through everything that's in the suite because I have already got one of those videos. I should figure out how to do a card. Oh, somebody keeps giving me frowny faces. It makes me laugh. I got frowny faces last time I went live as well. Anyway, maybe it's just somebody hitting the wrong button. I'll like to think that. I can't remember. See, I keep getting distracted today. I'm full of distraction today. What was I saying? Oh, that's right. I'm not going to run through the whole suite because I did do a product spotlight on that on Monday, and I need to learn how to put in those card linky things so that I can go, just point to this, when you get your finger in the right way, just point to that little thing across the top of the video that says, check me out. So, but anyway, I did do a full review of everything that's in the suite. So probably have a troll. Ooh, maybe. Does that mean I've hit the big time? Is that what they say? When you get trolls, you've hit the big time? Okay, so both these bundles are very, very mix and match. So you can use both from both. All right. Okay, do you want to know what my brain is thinking at the moment? Because I had these, and to tell you the truth, I was just going to throw them out, but I ended up laying them. They were just on my desk, and they were looking something like this. And I just had them laying, and I was like, you know what? That actually doesn't look too bad. It was just something spriggy like that. And I was like, okay, maybe I can work with that. So then I put it on top of the beautiful shaded spruce designer series paper. It's just got like a real mottled effect to it. That's the other side, which is a bit overpowering. And I put it on top of that, and I was like, okay, that looks pretty cool. I'm quite enjoying that. And then I thought, well, I've been using a lot of reds lately, a lot of reds and greens. I've been doing it traditional. Let's break away from the traditional, which is why I've said, let's pull in some non-traditional colours. So I thought we'll do a base of petal pink, and I know I want to put circles on there, but I don't really know what else I'm going to do as yet. So I thought I might do some nested circles and see how we go. So that is my thought process behind what is going on at the moment. So what do you think of that? I thought I might do 2 circles in the background, but nest them, because normally I will do like a single frame, but then I thought, well, you know what? I've never done a nested frame before where I've done 2 colours. So that's what I thought I might do. Now, I do have to figure out, though, whether it's going to be a landscape card or whether it's going to be a portrait card, because I don't actually know how wide that's going to span. Would help if I measured it. Okay, so that's the next question. Should I go portrait or landscape? I do like portrait cards. Yeah. All right, let me cut out my circles because I'm not sure how big a piece I'm doing with that. So let me cut my circles out. So I have got landscape that says Lois. I will get everything else done. You know what? It wouldn't really matter if I cut my paper anyway because it's not directional paper. So I'm going to definitely have to use the biggest circle and then the other circles. I thought about using the deckled, but the decals don't actually nest into each other. So I'm thinking that. All right, thinking to do the dark color, and then I want to do a second frame on the inside. Landscape. You know what? And I've discovered that even though my husband is away and I should be sleeping like a baby because I don't have a freight train next to me, I still don't sleep all that well. It's probably because I'm normally asleep on the couch really early, and because I have to sit up and wait for this phone call, I'm probably getting tired from that. Okay, so I've got my circle. And I'm going to nest this one inside it. Okay, like that. And hopefully it's even. Oh. Okay, and I'm going to use the frame part of it. So keep your other one because I'm sure that you'll use it at some stage. Now you guys can't see because my card is off camera, but I thought I might pop a circle behind like that, and then I thought if I could do another one from with my other piece of petal party what's it called, that thing. Oh, bring in another piece of this and do another frame. I could nest them together. I've never done that before. I've done single frames like that. We did a single circle frame last week in our card, and we cut that in half and used it for layering. But I thought let's do a double one. So it sort of is a little bit like a wreath in a way, isn't it? All right, so more scrap, other circle, these guys. So hopefully they will nest in together. I don't know whether it depends on whether I've cut evenly or whether it will just nest in nicely. Ah, there we go. Perfect. So it won't have a whole lot of the Flirty Flamingo, but it's just sort of like an extra little layer of depth in there. All right. So, and they will go on there, and then these guys will all go on top, and then that will go on there. Ta-da! What do you reckon? What do you think of that? So this is going to change the whole look of it when I put on this. Now I'm just going to work out which way is going to get me the most paper. Okay, so putting the green on is just going to change my look completely. And normally I don't layer like that. Normally I would layer the green on green. Like I don't normally do like that type of layering. All right, let me just get these dies out of the way. Lois is liking it, like my. Oh, I didn't really have much of a I know that's really bad. Well, actually, it's not bad. It's just me. I didn't really have a whole idea of what I was going to be coming into. I just knew that from sitting on my desk, I thought I would see what it looked like. So we're going to have something like that. And then, look, now I've mixed them all up. And then I'll put these, they'll probably need to come down a little bit because I'm going to have my Noel covering it. So I'll have those three, look, they come together nicely there. So then we'll have that going on. If you are on YouTube, I'm just letting you know you can zoom in a little bit closer if you wish. And then I thought I would have these guys, don't spell it wrong. I thought I would have these guys coming across here. Of course, I would have to shift it a little bit. And then I thought I could pop a few of these behind as well, which is not going to happen for me at the moment. Something like that is what I thought. Anyway, something like that. It's not going to stick because I've got too many fiddly pieces. So I can do it that way, or I can do it this way and have them going. Maybe it will have to go that way because I would have a little bit more space. But then I can't put any ribbon twine around, but I could just do it a different way. Okay. Thinking, you know what? I think I will go this way. I'm going to go this way. Okay, let's just stick it together and we'll see what we get. I've got too much thoughts going in my head, and if I stew over it for too long, that's where I come unstuck. Is that what happens to you guys sometimes? If you're stewing over something for too long, it just doesn't seem to make sense anymore. Sometimes they come together nice and quickly, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you've just got to move on, make a decision and move on, right? Okay, so I'm going to use my Tombow for this. I'm just going to put a few dots around the outside. I probably need a bit more than that because they're only tiny dots. All right, pick them up. And then I'm going to put it a little bit more towards the top than the bottom because I used to do calligraphy years ago, like well before I was married. And we always, when we were writing things out, it was, you know, leave a smaller gap at the top than what you do at the bottom. It's just a bit more pleasing to the eye. I'm going to stick a block on that. And then we're going to go for this one. I could do a whole ring of glue, I guess, couldn't I? Just make sure it's super fine so it doesn't ooze out. Hello, Minnie. All right, now I can't pick it up because I'm too scared I'm going to hit that glue. Right, there we go. So then I can nest that one inside of that one. I will pop down. Pop. Oh, no, we're not sticking. Let me get a bigger block. There we go. Stick you down. All right, while that's happening, I'm going to put some dimensionals on the backs of these, and we want our minis for these guys, and they just fit. They just fit. Okay, but you can't get too many of them on. Okay. While I'm doing this, I'm actually going to bring up, I have got a picture. There we go. That is what I have been working on this week. So these are going, this is just a little sneak peek. I can't give the whole cards away. Just a sneak peek of the cards that are going out in my tutorial membership, the Creative Card Makers Club. So this is where these came from. I was going to try and incorporate this sort of stuff, but it just wasn't happening. So that's why I'm using these guys. But I love them. They turned out super pretty. And so you have until the end of October to get in, if you wish to take part in the Creative Card Makers Club, you can contact me for all the details should you wish. They're on my blog as well, but you can contact me. So I was really happy with them. So the tutorials will go out on the 2nd of November. So you've got until the end of the month to join up for that one. And of course we have our amazing 35 for 35. So we've only got 6 more days left of that one as well. So if you have been thinking, whoops, I keep pressing the wrong buttons on here. If you have been thinking about joining up, so you can get all your Christmas stuff, because there's always so much to get, then you can join up and you can save some money on your starter kit. So you can either have 35% more or 35% off. It is totally up to you. I'm going to bring my Tombow out again. Zana says she loves the use of the blocks. They are my handy little trick for keeping things stuck down, because I have to go really lightly with the glue here because, well, we all do, don't we? Because I have a tendency of putting too much down and then it just sort of oozes out and makes a whopping big mess. So I just go very lightly with my, I'm going to put that to the side a little bit more. I go lightly with my glue, and then because I can't sit there and hold it forever, I can't babysit it. So I just put my block on there and it keeps it, the pressure of the block too helps weigh it down. So then I'm going to put this one over this way. I think now I'm only putting adhesive on the inside. As you can see, I'm not putting over the whole of the little sprig here, and that way it will give it a bit of lift, because the top bits won't be stuck down, and it'll give our card a little bit of an interesting look when they do want to stick. Here we go, and we'll put you up there. Okay, that one's going to grab nicely. All right, now I've got these guys, but I think I'll put a bit of twine around first, and then I can fill in with these guys. So I've just got some baker's twine. I'll use white, and put you away. I don't need you. Actually, you know what? I think I need to line up again. Don't get your N upside down. It does look weird if you do it that way. It definitely does have a way. You know, sometimes you can put some letters up the right way, and sometimes, you know, they're interchangeable, but not in this font. So these ones need to stretch out a little bit more. So that's what I'm coming up with at the moment. Okay, and then we'll pop some of these around, but I'm thinking I might stick them down and then put my twine down, and I'll put my twine underneath, because I was a little bit unsure about where to put that. So I think I've got my spacing lined up okay. I'm going to leave them there while I put these down, and they will probably be a little bit on the lumpy bumpy side because I haven't stuck that foliage down completely. You know what? I'm going to put my ruler. Across. Make sure that my ruler is straight. That might get me a little bit of trouble otherwise. I'll bring it up just a little bit so that those letters are actually in the foliage. Okay. So there we go. Easy way of trying to keep them all straight. And of course, use your tweezers if you need to. Make sure you get your spelling correct. All these things to stress about when we're using letters, individual letters. Whoa. Okay, that's going to go down there. I'm quite liking that with the pink. Hey, if you've got a friend called Leon, you could also use this for a specialised birthday card. Okay, there we go. Looking good. I'll bring it up to the screen. That's what I've got so far. So a little bit different to the usual type of Christmas card, wouldn't you think? All right, let's get some twine happening. Very different, and not my usual style either. Not my usual style. All right. Get these. What do you think? Foam adhesive sheets on the back of the, yes. Well, if I was smart, Lois, I probably would have done that too. And they are sitting right beside me too. So these, what Lois is saying, is the foam adhesive sheets. Sorry for all the crinkly noise. Is that you would emboss your emboss your bits and pieces, and then stick the card on top of this, and then run it through the machine, and then you would have adhesive over the entire. You would have foam adhesive over the entire block here. I always forget, and it sits right beside me too. Like, it's just on my desk with all my other dimensionals, and I always forget. I'm such a ninny. Honestly. Hello, Elfie. From Canada. Oh, okay, so let's get these in the right direction, because, oh no, look what I've done. I've got, one's going to be a real weeny little, I've got one tail super long and the other one is tiny. So this is going to be interesting. Oh dear. My brain's not functioning too well today. There we go. It's okay. All right. You just trim this tail off, and my bow doesn't want to sit where I want it to sit, but anyway, it's okay. It's okay. Whatever. I'm learning to just go with the flow. All right, now let's find where we're going to slip these little bits of holly in. So I can pop one back there. Now we're starting to look a little bit more Christmassy. I can pop one under there, and then these guys are going to be a little bit different because they've got bits of like the stalky bit on them. So trying to hide them will be interesting. So I can do something like that. I do have these left over as well. So I can always pop that on there, and maybe I can pop that up there, just have one. Yeah, that lifts it up quite a bit, doesn't it? What do you reckon? Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Oh, fiddly, fiddly. All right, so I will pop, I'm just going to use Cyril for these because that's the glue that I know. Oops. I'll pop you under there. I can hide that one. And it's good because you can sort of stick it, because the twigs are spiky, you can sort of mingle it in there with it. Okay, I'm going to be smart, and I'm going to load my tweezers up already and put a dot of glue on the back of that. Okay, and then I can pop that in there like so. And then these guys, these ones are a little bit trickier. Maybe I should put a dimensional on the back of them and stick them that way, because they've got to go over the top of the ribbon. So I might do that instead. Just one. I'll use the big one so it covers a fair bit of area. Renee says she likes the card. Good. It's very different, and normally, like, these things don't come into my head all that easily. I'm sort of, I don't know. I get, and I suppose it's not, too bad a thing, but I usually get stuck with my same style of card making. So it's good to branch out into something different. Oops, and maybe I shouldn't have done that because that's too big now. Right, get rid of you. I only needed one. I'm going to double that. Maybe one and maybe a mini one on that end there. Oops, you're going to go that way, so I'll put you on that side. And we'll try and keep those little bits there together. Pop you under there. Okay, and I will do the same thing. I'll load this up already. It's just a matter of working out which direction you want your little berries in. Okay, and then you can either put some bling on it. Do I want bling or do I want Wink of Stella? Oh, I could have both. I could have Wink of Stella and bling. So let's put Wink of Stella on our holly leaves. And I usually leave the Wink of Stella till last because I don't see the point of painting images that get covered up. It's just a waste of ink then. So, that one I only need to, and I don't even need to cover, I can only see 2 on there. So what's the point in painting 3 of them? I always put it on last. Like that. Maybe I'll do my berries as well. Okay, and bling. What am I going to use for bling? I don't know whether you can see the sparkle from the Wink of Stella. Do you think it needs bling as well? Very different for me. Very outside my regular comfort zone, that's for sure. But I like it. Very different. Quite like it. It's not too heavy. Okay, what am I going to use? Should I use bling? Let me know. Am I blinging it? I don't know. Bling. Rose says she loves it. Should I put? Oh, look. Now I need to use these 2 for something. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe I'll just leave it and ponder it a little bit because I've got the sparkle on there. I've got my ribbon. Got a lot of stuff going on. Probably doesn't require. Kay says yes, some bling, maybe something bright. Mimi says she loves it. Very good. I was sort of thinking something soft, either that or just plain old rhinestones. I'll think about it. I'll have to stew on that one. Cool. So there we have it. Now I do want to show you the other cards. So this is one I did on Monday. So there is a short form video on the creation of this card, and I'll just bring that one up. So that one's got some gold foil on it, and I've used the specialty paper for this one, and then just a couple of, I think those blings were adhesive sparkle gems. So that was the first one I did on Monday. No, that was a Tuesday. Monday I did the product review. This was Tuesday. This was Wednesday's card. So again, a different color scheme. So, and that one, I didn't put any bling on that one either. I've done some Wink of Stella on the holly, but I didn't put any bling on that one. Gee whiz, that's really unusual. And then of course, here's our Thursday card. So the blooming pearls. I don't even know if I've got any blooming pearls. Oh, I don't think I've got any. I've got a whole stack of retired ones, and then I've got, none of the new stuff. I'm going to have to sort myself out, I think. And then what else did I do? Oh, and then I did this one here. I'll just show you again. I did them. That's what our tutorial club is getting on in November. So again, 6 days left to sign up if you want to get the tutorial for that. If you're a demonstrator, you may teach them in your personal classes. You are more than welcome to do that. So there we go. I think I've well and truly putting it through its paces to try and find different things to do with it. But I do love breaking away from the designer series paper and coming up with different cards as well. Although that one does have the designer series paper in it. Just not, if you wanted to make it traditional, you could put your 2 reds, you could put your cherry cobbler, and your real red with that one instead of the pinks if you wanted to. Okay, I'm going to swing around so I can say goodbye because that's it. My brain is fried. So we will see you again next Thursday. I'll be back. I'm not sure what we're going to look at next week. I'm thinking about the festive and fun stamp set. It's just a single stamp set, but we would be doing lots of colouring if we were going to do that one next week. So I have to think about it. We've still got plenty of time for Christmas cards, right? When do you send your Christmas cards out? We must be getting close to having to send them out. Is it the 1st of December that you send yours, or a little bit earlier than that? So yeah, we will see you this time next week. If you are in Creative Carnival, I will see you tomorrow night for our kickoff. So that's going to be fun. We've got a big weekend of crafting ahead. So thank you very much for joining me, and we will see you next week. Don't forget, go and sign up for my newsletter if you would like the written instructions to this card that will go out tomorrow. Take care, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.